Hey eccentrics, I just wanted to come on here and make an official video finally providing condolences to the families, especially the ones directly impacted by this racial injustice and this ridiculous justice system that we have. The most recent being George Floyd. And I also want to thank all the people that's spreading awareness, going to protests, and trying to change their family views. I know it's way harder than most would think. For example, my schedule with these two jobs is ridiculous. That's why it took me so long to make this video, and I haven't sadly been able to attend any protests. But hopefully I can stop working two jobs soon and I will be able to. Now, do not give up, people. This might take way longer than you think. This might even take a year. We definitely have to be conscious in regards to voting on all levels, whether it's locally or nationally or statewide, to do our research on these candidates to make sure that appropriate laws are being passed and things that come up such as this that should have been corrected is attended to appropriately by the rightfully conscious individuals that's in office. I decided to go ahead and make some notes to change up how I do videos so I can go ahead and not dive too deep into multiple areas because I tend to get really passionate. I do want to remind everybody not to forget about the peaceful demonstrations. Of course, my lighting would go dark outside now. Okay. This whole time I have not been looking at the camera. I do apologize. I I I just want to remind people that these peaceful protests that sometimes turn violent could be individuals just experiencing pain, and this is the best way they can cope with it. Thank you, Zoe, for expressing that and showing another perspective on what some people are going through. Of course, I'm not going to, say that's all these protesters that are getting violent. Some of them are just out there. As you can see, there's antagonists going out there just to start violence. And that doesn't distinguish the injustice that's happening and the amount of love that's in this world for people to come together during this ridiculous time we call a pandemic. Well, I don't really call it a pandemic because to me, if it was serious of a virus, and I know people have died from it, and my condolences to your family, the government is not telling us something because how could you care so much for us that you would shut down an economy and put people out of work for more than a month? But the most susceptible people, which are homeless people, you haven't implemented, for example, in Florida, anything to assist them in regards to hand washing station or mobile showering stations, because now that most stores are closed, these homeless people don't have anywhere to go to clean themselves. So, and a lot of these homeless centers are, there's too many people in there and not a lot of them can get in. But that's for a whole nother video. Majority of black people had to be strong all the time. And trust me, us doing this is not a sign of weakness, or it's not a sign that we want you guys to go through the same thing we went through, or for you to take pity on us, because a lot of us don't want pity, but it's a sign that equality is non-existent in a lot of areas, so it needs to change. As you can see, all these years we haven't really wanted revenge. So the fact that we are trying to be as peaceful as possible about this and asking for equality is just the first basic sign of how strong black people had to be for so long. It just shouldn't be harder for black people, period. That's the purpose of equality, especially since this nation is supposed to be based on that. I don't know why people don't know the simple solution to stopping the protests is changing laws, convicting these people, Chauvin on first-degree murder. All of them should be on first-degree murder. That was over like, there had to be like 600 plus pounds on that man. That was an overkill and intention to kill. Passion. No accidental, nothing. You know how there's a lot of crime cases, and based on exactly how the killing occurred, they determine if it was intentional, premeditated. Yeah, that's all that is. It doesn't look like the guy. The guy that got charged doesn't look like the guy, unless you were drastically malnourished and just pale as can be that day. It don't look like the guy. Anyways, we definitely have to keep going, guys, to go ahead and make sure those charges are hit correctly. I don't understand either why I've seen news articles or broadcasters that say it might be difficult to go ahead and, you know, charge them. Why? Why? It was recorded. Why is it so difficult? Some of the laws that needs to be changed is definitely in regards to policemen. Just because they were trained for 6 months or less does not mean they can do whatever they want. If you as a citizen can do a citizen arrest, you definitely should be able to stop a cop from doing something illegal if he's not mentally understanding and cooperating with what you clearly explained is not necessary. This is probably why I haven't experienced many of these things directly, because God knew I had a temper before I knew I had a temper. So there's a lot of things I haven't experienced directly, because I probably would have died that day trying to save that man's life. Because if multiple people are talking to you and you ain't doing nothing, I probably would have died, or I'd have been pepper sprayed. Like, my eyes would have probably been damaged. And because I would have definitely bomb rushed, like wrestling move head first. These people, I can't just stand there and let people do wrong. No one should be so scared when you take out a pepper spray, and you shouldn't be so confident while you're killing somebody and have your knee on their neck to take out a pepper spray to defend yourself while you're doing something wrong. It's just mind-boggling to me. One of the ways that you can help is going to sign the petition that's going around. The website is justiceforbigfloyd.com, entirely spelled out. On the website, you also can see the video and reach out via the numbers provided to the appropriate people to go ahead and express your frustration and disappointment towards the fact that these people took so long to arrest these people, and the appropriate charges are not hit yet. They haven't received the appropriate charges. So definitely go ahead and do that. I want to thank you for watching. When I decided I wanted to make a video in regards to Black Lives Matter, I wanted to make sure that my thoughts were in order, hence my notes, and that I had sufficient enough time to record the video and then post the video. Definitely have to edit the video, but thank you again for watching. My vlogging account is The Queen Beast on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and YouTube, and my art account is Eccentric on all those platforms, Twitter included. But you know the deal. Your day is going to be wonderful, productive, life-changing, and if it is not, you are going to make it so, because it can always be worse.